Hello and welcome back to the IOSportscast. With me, as always, I've got Ollie.
Hi everyone.
Apologies in advance. We have had the most hectic of British Grand Prix.
Yeah, we have, and we're slightly intoxicated. So if we say anything controversial, it's not us.
If we say anything controversial, you'll see a cut screen and a flash. If that happens too much, I will put an epilepsy warning out.
Yeah. And it might be me that says the controversial stuff. So heads up.
No, we've had a fantastic.
Yeah, mate. What a race.
It's had everything. It's had the crashes. Thankfully, everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Yeah.
It's had the wonderful overtakes. It's had pit lane drama. It's had safety cars.
Yeah.
It's had everything. Different strategies, team orders, not team orders. I think
it's good to be at a racetrack where you can actually race and overtake.
No
and
bias.
And it's smooth as well.
Yeah, I think that's massively helped a few things. And I think the new car specifications, that's the word I'm looking for,
Yeah.
has massively helped as well. Oh, right. Quali.
Yeah.
Wet quali.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone loves a wet quali.
Yeah, we do.
Can we talk about the big one first?
Go on then.
Latifi.
I know.
Through to Q3, which
first time
already
in
was a
his career,
surprise. Yeah, but his attitude in quali was just fantastic. He was very much like, let's keep going.
I think it might be because he knew if he didn't perform, it's
I think he's
game over.
I think it's game over.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stepped it up in the qualifying for this one. I do feel like Alex Albon had the pace. It was just mistiming on a changing track. Yeah, and it just went wrong. But in terms of like overall package,
Yeah, it was Latifi for once, first time.
He's done quite well. So well done, Nicholas.
Only one of a few times he's out qualified his teammate.
Yeah, although I feel like it's back to back. Because didn't he out qualify in Canada as well?
No, I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know. I don't know. Not sure.
Maybe it's just second time this year.
Yeah.
It feels like he's started to step it up a little bit.
So taking him, God knows how long.
Yeah. But Alex Albon had the new upgrades, so it would have been nice to see what they could have done had they not missed the time.
Had they made it to the first corner?
Well, we'll come to that. Alonso, another fantastic wet qualifying. Again, up for a shout of the top couple of rows.
Yep.
But really, it was all it was best timing and putting a lap together.
Yeah.
It wasn't outright pace.
Yeah,
It was definitely not an outright pace. Yes, the Red Bulls were up there. Yes, the Ferraris were up there. Carlos Sainz with his first pole, 150th Grand Prix weekend, first pole. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Carlos.
But you saw it with Lewis. Like, Lewis had the pace to go, top front row. Mistimed it. Max, you saw spin in Q3 and still only be a couple of... He kept it, and two, he kept his foot in for the rest of the lap and only finished a couple of hundredths outside of the next guy. Like,
crazy.
Normally with that sort of spin, you're like, oh, you've lost 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But when you've got a track that is evolving 3 or 4 seconds a lap...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually...
It's not, is it?
Yeah. I am still a little bit shook by Carlos Sainz getting pole.
I know.
Forget the race for a minute. Just getting pole.
You're wet in the wet as well.
Yeah. I mean...
I was expecting Max, because Max is a good driver in the rain.
I was expecting Max as well. Hey-ho.
Is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Another disappointing session for the Aston Martins, 20th and 18th. It feels like they've got decent race pace now. They've sorted the race out.
They just can't sort the qualifying out.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is. I don't know whether it is that they've just been unlucky, particularly with wet races, or if it's...
I don't know if they prefer... I think they're more race-focused than qualifying.
Yeah, it's just a shame, because if you imagine like them having the race pace they've got, but starting top 10 or in that sort of 10, 12,
Yeah.
11 bracket.
Yeah, they get a decent haul of points, but
Instead they're starting 18th, 20th,
yeah.
and hoping for a bit of drama and getting into the top 10 with one of the cars maybe.
Yeah.
It's
Ideally, they should be up there.
You would think so. Yeah.
Fighting for points.
Just gonna expand this so we can see it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about the race because that's where all the drama was this weekend.
There was rain in the area.
Yes.
Everybody was keeping an eye on the radars.
Wasn't bone dry.
No.
Was a little bit of a worry. Almost became a Monaco a few minutes before the grid thing.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, kind of like this track being dry.
Yeah.
It turned out to be a fantastic race. Lap 1. Not even lap 1. Turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah. Where do we begin? How do we break this down?
Let's start with...
Start at the beginning, from the front of the grid and work back.
Yeah. Max got a wonderful start.
Yeah.
Carlos got a crap start.
Lewis
had a
right start.
Rocket ship, funny. Yeah.
Up to third.
Yeah.
From out of nowhere.
So at the same time, we were like, yes, Lewis, get in, but also crap, Max is...
Yeah.
Max is going to walk away with this. Well, some great moves behind as well. Perez didn't have a fantastic start.
No, he didn't. No.
Lando looking, as always. Fair enough. But really, the big thing in the first lap was Guan Yu Zhou.
The massive incident.
Yeah. So a lot of drivers caught up in this.
It's mad, isn't it?
I don't even know where to start.
Nah. Basically, we'll start. Gasly got off the line. George and Zhou didn't get a good start.
No.
They were coming together.
Yeah.
Gasly was in between them.
Yeah.
So hit George, his rear left.
Yeah. George caught Zhou.
Spun, hit Zhou. Zhou went upside down and then just slid for about a good 500 metres, pirouetting on his roof.
Yeah, across the
gravel,
across the asphalt,
dug into the gravel, flipped over, hit the top of the tyre barrier, hit the catch fencing, and then fell in between the gap.
Yeah.
Between the catch fence and the barrier, and if we might put a picture up of the accident,
we
might not. It just depends.
We initially were like, that's quite a big accident, and we thought we saw someone go upside down.
Yeah, because
but then we were like,
it came from the front view, so the drivers were all battling, and you just saw it in the background.
Yeah. But initially we thought it could have been Russell or Albon.
Yeah.
Initially I thought it was Albon that went over because of how fast the medical team was to Albon's car.
Yeah.
That he was the one that flipped over but then righted himself. And it wasn't until George started running away that we thought something else was amiss.
Yeah.
Because
he got out of his car and he was like, I swear he broke the 100 metre world record.
I was like, why is he...
Why is he running towards the gravel?
We didn't see...
Because they didn't show it.
We didn't see Zhou's car until the first replay.
Yeah.
Which was after the okay that he'd left the hospital.
And the red flag, after the restart the race.
Yeah. So we were a little bit unsure of what had gone on.
But...
Yeah. But they weren't the only ones involved. There was a separate thing.
Yeah.
Ocon got tangled up with everyone. Albon was pinballed.
Yeah, he went right into the pit lane wall.
Yeah. Bounced back across.
Bounced across track. Took Tsunoda out.
Yeah.
Missed Danny Ricciardo by, I think it was a micron or an atom.
Absolute cat's whisker.
And Ocon couldn't do anything and broke his steering out.
Yeah. Right. Now that we know everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Are
we playing the blame game?
I have a different question. Should you be punished for stopping and checking on your fellow F1 driver? Because if George doesn't stop and makes it back to the pits, they can put an extra tyre on, repair the wheel if need be in the red flag,
and all the other damage.
And it's all hunky dory.
Yeah.
Proof of Esteban Ocon's steering wheel broken, punctured tyre.
Yeah.
That all got sorted. But George stopped and got out, and then the marshals touched his car and loaded it onto the pit truck. And at that point he's out. You're not allowed to restart with marshal assistance. If George just carries on, he can drive with 3 wheels back to the. You can do it
very slowly.
Yeah. But he's got a red flag. You can absolutely do it.
Yeah.
But he's been punished by stopping and helping and going to help Guan Yu.
That's George though, isn't he? He's that kind of guy. He's not gonna just leave somebody.
Yeah, but do you think that that's okay? I.e., should we be repairing damage to anything other than... Basically, if the damage can't be fixed in a pit stop, should it be allowed to be fixed in a red flag? That's my question. Because if that's a pit stop, if in the race, Ocon gets that damage and there's not a red flag...
You retire in the car. If it's a race situation, you retire that.
Exactly. You're not fixing that in a pit stop.
No.
So should that be allowed to be fixed in a red flag? Because otherwise, all you've done there is said, don't care about safety, care about getting your car back and continuing the race.
I think you should have a time limit. So if you can't fix it within 5 minutes, you can't after a red flag. As soon as you enter the pits from a red flag, if you've got any damage on your car, you have 5 minutes exactly to fix it, all of it. If you don't fix it, you can't carry on.
Yeah. I just...
But that's only if it's just like a puncture, you can just take a tire off, put it on. But if it's like proper damage like Ocon,
I think you
should go. You've got 5 minutes.
I think it should be pit stop sort of thing. Is you should be allowed to do a pit stop, but then after the pit stop, don't release the car. Like back onto the track.
Yeah.
Do a pit stop, change the tyres if you want for red flag, and then back into the lane to be held behind the safety car on the red light, and that's it.
So no fixing damage.
You can keep the car cool because obviously the car would just overheat if it was turned on. But you can put an umbrella over the top, but anything else outside of what you would do on a normal pit stop, I think we should say no.
Just retire.
If you've got too much damage for a pit stop, retire the car on a red flag. That is a downside of, okay, now we've got less runners in the race.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Ocon quit anyway. He didn't make it to the end.
No, I didn't, no.
Secondly, you are then promoting the fact that actually, if we can't get it fixed in a pit stop, which, let's be real, George is probably a little bit more than a pit stop, you are promoting the fact of, well, let's pull over earlier where it's safer.
Yeah.
Even if no one's injured, it's safer because you're pulling the car out, you're not driving around on 3 wheels. Or if someone is injured, you've got an extra person there helping them straight away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not the 1970s.
No.
This is not a time where you did risk pulling over, losing a race, but you stopped someone from an inferno and
it's happened in the past, hasn't it? Like, I think Senna did it a few times.
Well, it has absolutely happened.
Where they've stopped.
The drivers would stop over and help the guy out of the car. We're not in that time anymore, but by effectively punishing that happening, you know, there's punishing in the sense of you're turning down the chance to race, fair enough. But you shouldn't be punished for stopping. You know, it should be on your choice to do it.
I think if George hadn't got any damage and he'd just stopped, and his car was perfectly fine, and he just stopped just to check on Zhao, I think that I'd just let him why not? Your car's alright, it's not broke or out. You just stopped just to help him. But I think it's the fact that it was
the fact that the marshals got involved.
Yeah, even though he said, "Don't touch me fucking car."
Yeah. He knew full well that he wanted to carry on, but
but that's the kind of guy that George is, though, and he's not like he just cares. He just likes racing and he cares about.
I think drivers. When you listen to the old drivers talk, they're like, accidents happen. We're lucky if we're not it, but we're aware. Nowadays, when a bad accident happens, we're like, actually, this is now out of the blue.
Yeah.
And it does awake people.
Yeah, it opens their eyes a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We're not in the era where this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
But yeah, like I said, George is that kind of guy. He's gonna stop penalty. Yeah. Max wouldn't have stopped penalty.
Speaking of Max, second time round, didn't quite get the jump. They all restarted in grid order,
Yeah.
so Carlos was back to the front, which makes sense because normally you can't back a lap with red flags.
No, yeah.
But there was no count back because it's lap one.
It was not even lap one. It was like the first.
It was lap one where everything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. 0 laps are registered for
Yeah.
for the ones that are taken out. Max went on a different strategy this time, and I don't know what I can say here. Carlos Sainz won the race because of his defence. He got his elbows out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the Sainz's best races.
Forget all the action afterwards. Like, no one could foresee what would go on with a second safety car, blah, blah, blah. That defence from Carlos Sainz was what he needed to do. He really got his elbows out and drove well.
Yeah. And that's hard to do at Britain because it's wide as well. So most of it's wide. So you've got more overtaking opportunities. But hats off to Sainz.
I would if I had a hat. Max then had some aero damage.
Yeah, don't know how he got it though.
No.
Bit weird. We thought it was a technical issue at first. Kind of wish it was.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I do.
For those wondering, we were playing F1 bingo with shots.
Yeah.
So one of mine was a Red Bull powertrain issue. So I'm very glad that Max didn't have a powertrain issue. However, he did have some sort of bodywork issue.
Rear of his car, I think they were saying.
He lost rear downforce and just dropped back after that. Handed Sainz the lead back because Sainz had a little wobble through Beckett's, which I don't know about you, but if that were me,
Squeaky bum time.
I think more than one change of pants.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is, he's done well to not
bin it
properly
just
drop
keep
it.
his foot in it. Yeah.
To take the exit, the out runoff.
It's like tarmacky.
Some tarmac runoff area, up and over the grass,
Yeah.
back onto the track.
Yeah.
Not take Max out in the process.
Would have been good to see though.
Yeah, well, I thought it might happen, but
Yeah.
but no. Max then just dropped back down through the pack. Not a happy boy, and ended up fighting Mick Schumacher. I mean, that was
a sentence we never thought.
Mick Schumacher really went for it at the end.
Bits.
I thought he was going to throw it away and crash and drop his points, but nah. 4 points to Mick. Yeah, fair play.
His first only driver now not to score points is Latifi.
This season, yeah.
This season, yeah.
Ignoring Hulkenberg.
Yeah, but Hulkenberg only drove 2 races.
Yeah. Let's talk about Lewis. Let's talk about his little battle with the Ferrari.
With Leclerc.
Yes.
Best action
Flip me.
I've seen so far this season, or one of the best.
I love the
racing.
Brooklands and Luffield section.
It's just such a good
because you can carry so much momentum through from the straight.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back on itself, so you've got so many strategic options as well.
Yeah.
We constantly see fantastic battling there.
Yeah, but he was like a fucking rocket.
Around the outside at Luffield.
He was like a fucking rocket though, wasn't he?
It was unbelievable. I tell you, the entire
race. He nearly
race,
got him into Luffield, didn't he? the first Brooklands is the first
into Brooklyn,
left-hander.
yeah. But then got him around the outside of Luffield and held it through Woodcut.
And then Leclerc just straight.
Man has got the biggest balls on the grid.
Yeah.
To go around the outside of Lewis after last year.
At Cops as well. Same place where Max crashed last year.
To go around
it. Fucking close. My word. It was close from Lewis's onboard. Jesus Christ.
What a move.
Yeah.
If you wrote that for a Hollywood film, people go, would never happen.
Yeah.
Not there. Now you're going to wait until that's straight. You're going to wait till hanger.
Yeah.
What a move around the outside. Mental. Well held. Oh, that was a fantastic move.
Can we talk about his other move that he did? Where he came from out of nowhere?
Lewis's move?
Yeah.
What, into club?
Yeah, Checo and Leclerc were battling like mad.
They were
into the veil, neck and neck. I
thought Lewis was going to go for it round Stowe, you know. I saw him.
He tried it, didn't he?
He had a look, and I was like, he's not going to do it. No way is he doing it.
If he'd have done that, I don't know what I'd have done.
Well, I had the same sort of feeling then going through Vale. I was like, he's just going to back off and then get him sort of round turn towards turn one. And then he's having a look. They've pushed each other off.
Yeah, but he's come from miles away.
Yeah, he's kept
not
his
like
foot
he was
through,
like touch it like on his tail. He was
Yeah.
A few there's a few car lengths back.
He's dropped back to let them battle.
Yeah.
And they've pushed each other wide.
And then he's just gone.
And I'm just going to take the normal line and keep my foot in.
He just floored it through Vale and through club, and he's just like.
As soon as I hit club, put my foot in.
Then he got overtaken.
Yeah,
Nearly got caught by.
We almost, but when he went round and crossed the line, we hit the roof.
We cheered like mad. It was unbelievable.
That was a fantastic move.
Incredible.
Yeah, Lewis, throughout the entire race, through the corners, he didn't have the great outright speed on the straight, but he kept it so well through the corners.
He could carry so much speed into them corners.
It was unreal. I'm really hoping that's the Mercedes package upgrade doing it, and not just a Britain.
Not just Lewis.
Not just a Britain track.
Yeah. We'll find out in Austria next week.
Yeah, I mean, again, same sort of places you can keep, like through the second half of the track. There's a lot of those corners you can keep.
Yeah, you can keep
lot of momentum
you can
through.
keep your foot in it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the outside, the double left 6-7.
Yeah.
In particular. Anyway, that's next week.
Yeah. But that move was
that was unbelievable.
That might be my favourite move of the race, to be fair.
Yeah. Should we talk about the second safety car? I'm going to leave this one to you because I went to get a drink as Ocon pulled over, thinking nothing of it, thinking he was just going to drive round and pit.
I don't know what it was. It was a mechanical issue. He was just minding his own business. I think he was battling at one point, but I don't know who. I can't remember who he was fighting. Coming out of Woodcote, he just started slowing down. I thought, oh, hey up, I've got an issue here. And then he just stopped
straight
on the old start-finish straight. Another 50 metres and he made it to the end of the pit lane, old pit lane, and could have just parked it there.
Yeah, I went to make a drink and then you were like, oh, safety car. I was like, has someone smashed into him or something?
Yeah.
I'm expecting him to be at Cops at this point, just sort of driving round back to the pits.
Yeah, he wasn't moving.
I was like, maybe he's made it to Beckett's and just not seen the car come from behind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is he pulled over? He could have blown the car to the next mark.
He could have got out and pushed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just stopped on track. I think it was 20 metres from the end of the old pit lane, so he could have made it. But then the safety car came out and
that mixed things back up. Yeah.
Sainz and Hamilton pitted. Leclerc stayed out.
Everybody basically barred Leclerc.
Yeah.
And I think that was the right call. However, did not expect Perez to put in such a fight.
No.
I was like, great, Lewis is in a prime position to go and win this now. But Checo really, that is a comeback drive.
Yeah, fair play.
After everything, having to pit early because of damage to the front wing, to come back through the pack, that is a proper recovery drive.
Yeah, to get second as well.
And then to fight at the end. Okay, he was helped with the safety car, but you still got to do it.
Definitely.
So, fair enough. But that also brought old Fernando in. How long have we been asking for drivers from 5 different teams to be fighting for second place?
I know, it was unbelievable. Lando was there as well.
That's what I mean. We had Checo, Lewis, Charles, Fernando, and Lando.
Yeah.
All fighting.
They were all pretty close to each other as well.
They were in a little train, yeah. You could just see as Checo and Charles were fighting. Lewis was there, about to get, and then Lando and Fernando just behind.
They were just
anything happens.
They nearly got him at. They nearly. Where was it?
Into Stowe that they got each other.
Oh, was it Luffield? It was one of them.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was chaotic race, can't remember. Yeah. But yeah, they at one point they were like Fernando's going for it here, but it didn't work out.
I mean, again, a pretty good drive from Fernando. Pretty good qualifying from Fernando on the wet. Definitely deserved his result. Honestly, of all the people to get a good result, to have Sainz winning and Schumacher scoring points.
His first ever point.
Honestly, I'm just genuinely so happy.
He's finished 8th and he started, what was it, 19th?
Yeah.
Man's buzzing.
Andy was genuinely going for Max at the end. Like,
I reckon if that straight is longer, I reckon if that's the Azerbaijan straight,
he's got him.
He's got him.
Yeah.
If that's Azerbaijan, that straight's like Azerbaijan. When you come out that little kink before the DRS, that's a drag race to the finish line.
Yeah, I saw a thing from Vettel at the end. Where it was like, I was watching the go mate,
Yeah,
go
he was
mate,
shouting,
go get him.
yeah. He was shouting, go mate. Oh.
That's so good that Vettel was like right behind to see it happen as well.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm genuinely though for Carlos. This is such a big thing for Carlos to get
his confidence will be
first
massive,
win. Yeah, you heard it in qualifying when he got pole. He was so confused how he's managed to get pole, but
first win and first pole in its 150th race.
That's
in
massive.
Formula One. Like
now he knows he can do it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't handed to him. Yeah, he got a bit lucky with some of the calls.
Yeah.
And he was a little bit lucky with Max being damaged, but he still put in the moves. He still defended.
He can do it when needed.
Yeah. I think the only thing that he didn't, if there's any negative coming out of this, is that he wasn't that team player initially, at least.
No.
He was very much like, I can do the pace. They were asking him to do certain lap times, and Charles is right behind him.
Charles was moaning, but also you can understand. He had a point as well, yeah.
Like Charles is like the other guy in the World Championship battle. If there's a chance that they can prioritise, I'm sorry.
You're prioritising Charles.
Yeah. I understand Carlos is on for his first win, but as Ferrari, there's a reason you'd want Charles ahead, and I think that they just gave Carlos one too many opportunities. I think if that had been Mercedes or Red Bull, that's what was happening.
First driver getting that.
Within a lap, 2 laps at most, they gave Carlos a long time, which... and
you could tell Charles was getting frustrated. He was like, guys, what's happening? I can go faster, you're slowing me down. Yeah,
which made Lewis's overcut happen like really well. The only thing that screwed Lewis up was his own team.
Stop. Yeah. If he'd have had it was a 4 something second stop. If that had been in the 2 seconds, he's out ahead of Sainz.
He's right there.
He's out ahead of Sainz.
Or in between.
In between the two
Ferraris. Yeah. He's right there. He's right in the battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the reason it happened. It was Lewis's team cocked up the pit stop, not that the Ferrari's strategy worked.
Yeah.
Right. I have done predictions. They're horrendous.
I want to hear them.
Right, okay.
Show me, or tell me your predictions. Oh, you haven't done anything.
No, that's for Austria. Results for Great Britain.
Brawn
cocktail. Science, 40 points. I'll take that. I am well chuffed with that. Fair play, Carlos. Max was damaged, so only 11 points. Understandable, given things. K-Mag, 27 points. Here we go. Team-wise, Ferrari got me 37 points. Solid result with the win. Haas, 23. They both got in the points. So that's massive. AlphaTauri had probably the worst.
Diddly squad.
Yes. That's where my predictions sort of go well, because
stop looking. I can see them now, and that's all I'm gonna say is he's not had a good.
I've had a really bad one.
Why is that wrong?
Because we had 2.
We didn't.
Yes, we did. But the first one.
What, for the red flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just a red flag.
But the safety car got called.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, my podium prediction was Verstappen P1. Sainz P2, nearly.
No.
Got half point. Russell P3. Wrong Mercedes up there. Had I made this decision after qualifying, Lewis would have been P3.
You'd have got a point.
And I'd have got a point. But, pole position, Verstappen was pretty much a surefire bet until the very last round. Fastest lap, Perez? Nah.
Oh, it was Lewis, wasn't it?
It was Lewis, yeah. Safety car, I said 1 safety car. We had 2. where will the highest Aston Martin finish? I said between 10th and 13th. Let's just not.
You weren't far off. Finished ninth.
I mean, I was.
You were a point away. Finished ninth.
Sure. I mean, I didn't count though, did it?
No, it didn't.
So I've not had a
question for you.
Ooh.
If George hadn't have crashed, or it is actually whatever happened to George, his incident, where do you reckon he'd have finished?
Third or fourth. I think he'd have been right up there. I think the Mercedes showed they had the pace. With Lewis at least.
Yeah.
George has had good race pace this season, so I would have more than expected him to continue that. Especially with the home crowd. We've seen it with the other two, like Lando in particular, with McLaren has done bits to get 6th place.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure part of that is the crowd energy.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I think third or fourth was definitely on. Because if Mercedes have got two drivers in that fight for the top
You've got
four,
more of a chance, haven't you?
they absolutely could mess up the strategy.
Oh, 100%.
Like split it to get
one of them
to get the Ferraris messed up, because the Ferrari strategy is just,
and then they could have had
just
one
the worst on the grid.
Yeah, they could have had one, or if not both of them, on the
genuinely,
podium.
yeah.
So,
one thing I would like to quickly notice before we wrap up: black and orange flag. Three
in a row.
Gasly got the black and orange flag the lap before he came into retire.
There should be an option on your fantasy thing for
how many black and orange flags?
How many black and orange flags? How many inverted Japanese flags were there?
I'm happy we keep seeing that now. I'm happy they're
I'm
bringing
not. I know we see it, but we don't actually see it.
Don't see it.
We want some Marshall just like running across the track waving.
I want to see that for all flags, including the black and white. I want to see the black and white flag come out
with the number next to
it. Yeah. I want to see something,
even if Formula 1.
Even if it is just the electronic flashing,
like the safety car board.
Yeah.
On the side of the track.
Because they show blue flags, they show yellow flags, they show green,
red flags,
green,
they show
red.
safety car. Yeah.
Exactly. Why can't we show black and orange?
Or black and white, yeah.
That's But 3 in a row, given that we've not seen it in forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like London. It's like buses. You wait for ages and then they'll come along at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see some Marshall wave it.
Yeah, one day.
If I ever get the opportunity, I'm gonna take
it. Might volunteer next year.
Yeah, why not?
Volunteer as a marshal, why not?
Just start running up and down track.
Yeah. Right, let's look forward to Austria.
Yeah, okay.
And Austria is a track we both love, both to watch and to race on the game.
Oh, 100%.
So, I want not just your top 3. I want to know as well a surprise prediction.
Oh.
So that could be a surprise retirement, like one of the big boys. It could be someone like Schumacher or Latifi scoring points.
Yeah.
Or it could be something separate, like massive thunderstorms delaying FP2.
Right.
Some other meta predictions.
Right, okay. So, top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton. But it's normally a Red Bull track, in it, so it's Red Bull.
It's their sort of home race, yeah. So.
Yeah. No, in fact, I'm changing that. I reckon if Mercedes can keep the race pace up, I reckon they'll do alright. I'm a bit bold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit bold. Like I probably will be in a few years. I'm a bit bold. I'm going Hamilton.
Hamilton P1.
Win, yeah. Leclerc.
Oof.
Sainz.
Oh. Mate, if that happens, I will be like the WWE director and falling off my chair.
Yeah, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz.
Alright.
Surprise. Can I have a few, or do I have to have one?
If you want to make more than one.
Max retires.
From the race or the career?
Both. From the race. And just retires, so that can be either a crash or a DNF.
Yeah.
So Max retires. And Schumacher scores points again.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be that bold. I'm going to be sensible and say Verstappen wins again. I'm going to say, though, that Sainz gets ahead of Leclerc. So Sainz P2, Perez P3, Leclerc P4.
Oof.
My weird prediction, I'm going to say Alex Albon scores points, but Latifi out-qualifies him again. There's stupidity coming.
Fair.
So, Albon points, but Latifi getting the upper hand.
Out-qualifies him.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think you've got more of a thing than what I have, but
I'm
being bold, so why not? I could have said an all-British top 3, but I didn't.
That's true. That's very true. I mean,
Lando's done all right at Austria the past few years.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm sticking with my top 3.
One of these days, you should be like French-speaking top 4 for the French Grand Prix. Why not?
Even though we've already got 2 French.
No, we've got 4 French-speaking drivers though.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, the Canadians.
Stroll speaks it, and Charles speaks it.
Yeah.
And then Ocon and Gasly.
Yeah. I forgot about them too.
So we got 4.
Yeah.
See.
Fair.
Wait for France if that's your prediction.
I'll make a note of that.
I think that sums it up. Glad to see that everyone's okay.
Oh, 100%. That's the main thing. At the end of the day, safety is more important than racing. We do like a good race of the season, IMO. I'm
calling it now. I called it.
Yeah,
mid-race.
You called it mid-race.
Yeah, this is race of the season.
This is why we love Britain. Not just because we're from Britain.
It is just a good track.
I love it so. It's nice to drive as well on the game.
Yeah,
I love it so much. One of my favourite tracks.
It's for me. It's Britain #1, and I jump back and forward about what my second track is. Right now, though, Suzuka is.
Don't mention that track to me.
You can't do.
I have nightmares. I have sleepless nights.
The amount of times that we've raced that track, you're like, I've got through the yeses. I've
not finished that. I don't think I've finished.
I don't think you've ever finished a track.
No, I have finished once. That's about it. I tell you, I haven't finished on the game. Australia.
Yeah.
It's 11-12. I can't do it.
I can't do it there all the time.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
that's very true.
Decent race.
Good race. Proper, solid, old-fashioned racing.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the outro?
Thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure that you follow us on our social medias, which will probably be up here somewhere. I don't know where yet. Probably above Isaac's head. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, all the other podcast streaming places known to the universe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and we will see you next week for Austria. See yous.
Goodbye.